Okay, serious, because I've got some stuff to say. Hello everybody, welcome to the video. I'm H.A.M.I, and this year I am learning how to produce my own music, spending as little money as possible. So I'm writing my own music, I'm producing it, I'm recording it. It's all going to be done by me, is the goal. And I'm releasing every single thing I make. I want to document this process because it's going to be a way of me holding myself to account and also showing that progress has actually been made. So I actually started this journey of learning how to produce my own music last year. It was my 2024 New Year's resolution. I have started, but turns out starting is the hardest part. I'm not where I wanted to be, but I am in a good position to use this year to be the year that I actually make the progress that I want to make. Have you ever heard of the phrase, it takes 10,000 hours to get good at something or like to perfect a skill? Oh well, I always took issue with that phrase. Something about it just always felt a little bit like, how do you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, it always felt a little bit too stringent of a thing to be able to apply to everyone. I heard this variation of that, which I think rings a little bit more true to how I feel. I don't know, it just makes a bit more sense for my learning journey. And that is that it's not 10,000 hours of repeating something to get good at it. It's 10,000, well, not even a number, but it's the iterations of doing something. And the something isn't really specified. It's just, take music production, for example. If you spent 10,000 hours on a song, just one song, and you are a complete beginner, and at the end of that period of time, all you've got is one song, and all you know is the chord progressions of that one song, or the melody, experience mixing the vocals that were in that one song. It's sort of to say that when you spend that much time on one thing, it doesn't necessarily make you good at doing that thing again and again and again in different ways. You only have experience with that one genre, but in comparison, the iterations idea is like micro actions that will contribute and will teach you really specific or, small things that you can then take and put towards whatever you want to create out of it. Like, you can put that towards creating your own sound or making something really unique to you, making it yours. And you wouldn't have maybe been able to ask a new question or go a new route with music production if you took a micro action of focusing 2 hours one day on what makes a really good gain staging foundation for you to then lay vocals on top of. You can take that away with you to your next song, and although you haven't had experience going over this one song again and again, making it really perfect, you'll then have the knowledge of how to properly gain stage going forward in all of the songs you make. And all this is just to say that that's what I'm going to be doing. I want to document my process with music production and being a musician, because I don't intend, there's no end point. I just want to see the progress as it's made and then not convince myself that actually I'm still right at the beginning. Because I tend to do that. I tend to do this thing where I'm like, okay, I've been spending some time, like a lot of time on this one thing, spent months learning how to properly, create a workflow, but I feel like I haven't progressed. And I feel like these videos will be really good for me to see the progress, like without any confusing mind doubts, I guess, because that's not helpful. I'm not a professional. I am a very, very beginner, but I am experienced in the world of study and revision, and I'm gonna treat this as like fun revision indefinitely. This is a process of learning and I'm just documenting it. What am I currently doing? Because it's not that I'm saying, oh, I'm starting from now. I have been doing and taking some steps. What I have been doing is I'm learning how to play piano because I think it's really important to understand how certain chord progressions work to create feeling, to create a certain emotion. When I'm writing a song, I know how I feel about that song and what those words mean to me, but I have no idea how to translate that in the language of music. So one of my iterations is going to be learning proper music theory, learning what chord progressions work well together and how they make me feel and how they could potentially make other people feel. Another one, and this is something I'm currently doing. I started my piano lessons in August, and to be fair, I slacked over Christmas, but I'm back. I'm gonna stick with it. Another one that I am currently working on is my first song. My goal for the next month, because I'm nearly there, is to finish this song and get it out. That's the whole point of these videos. Every single song that I make to completion is getting released, and that's a way of me holding myself to account. And also, like, that's a way of me, I don't know, not thinking too seriously about the end result, because every single song that I make, I'm gonna have learnt so much from it. There's already things that I have learnt that I wish I had done differently on my current song, but I'm not changing anything. I'm saving it for the next time that I'm making a song. I just want to keep the ball rolling. I want to film what I do in a mixing session. I'm currently on the mixing phase of my current project, and it's actually quite fun, but it's going slowly, which maybe is an issue. I hear a lot of this community saying at the beginning it's all about the quantity over the quality, because your quality is not going to be that good. You're a beginner, so just do as much as possible, and if it sounds good to you, check. If you finish the project, check, and like retain the information that you get from it. So that's what I'm doing. YouTube is an incredible thing, and there are so many free like course style videos that I am using. But the thing with that is, and I'll say this from the experience I've had, the last year of me starting, very, very slowly starting, has literally been me learning how to use my equipment, learning the world. That is what I needed to learn at the time. Because there's so much out there, there is a lot of stuff that doesn't apply to me yet. There's a lot of stuff that I have no business overwhelming myself with yet. So that can be a challenge. It's a case of doing what I can, asking myself questions about what I need to know. My very first question that started the whole thing, this whole journey for me, was how do I make a song that's in here, tangible, that other people can listen to? And around with that, I was like, how do you make a song on your own with no money? And once one question was answered, I learned something. So I learned that, okay, first you need a DAW and you need an idea. You need, the equipment that you need. You don't need to go too crazy, but if you're producing from home, this is what people out there do. First question answered. Next question, how do I make this sound good? And then so on and so forth. Luckily, I write music myself. I have for years. That's how it all started. I was like, okay, when does the writing become like singing and making? So learning something, and then usually another question pops up. And what you do then, to keep the ball rolling, to keep it ticking over, you go out and you research that specific question, because you don't know what you don't know. And there's a lot that I don't know yet, but I'm not dealing with that yet until it applies to me directly. For now, my goal is to finish songs and learn piano and everything else, but I'm keeping it simple. It's a way of me safeguarding myself and not thinking that I haven't made progress when I clearly have. If that's something that is your cup of tea, stick around and you can see me on this journey. I'm going to be doing it regardless. Like if no one watches these videos, this is for me as well. So everything that I'm putting out, the intention behind it is still for me and my growth. I said I'm enjoying mixing, I really am. And because my instrument is my vocals, that's my natural instrument I'm comfortable with, what's been really interesting is just focusing on vocals rather than all of these instruments, how to mix all of these instruments that I'm not familiar with. I think a lot of what I'm learning about how to set up for recording vocals, how to mix and process and EQ and get the right frequency balances for my vocals is going to be quite transferable in terms of the knowledge and what it means. So I'm going to have fun with it. If you want to join me along for the ride, welcome. More videos to come soon. Just to round off, I've been learning how to produce and create music for, I would say properly, about 4 months. Before that, I was learning how to use like equipment in my DAW and everything else, which I don't class as like actually learning stuff. It is, but it's not actually like producing. So I would say that I've been in the swing of making some really newbie music for about 4 months. And I have a lot of tips for myself for 4 months ago me already. So I will be sharing tips as I go. Like, I'm not a professional, but it doesn't mean that I haven't got some knowledge now. And I think it'll be helpful for people who haven't started yet or who are in the same situation as me. Like, that's what I like about this community. It's all about sharing. Everyone is so supportive. So why not? Any tips that I come up with, I will be sharing. I don't know what format this is all going to be like, so bear with me. I'm excited. I'm excited to get on with it and to look back in 3 months even and see what I've been up to. Once I finish this first song, I'm ramping it up. I'll have a full workflow process to reference that I've actually done. If I hit snags, I'll know how to deal with it because I've done it once before and I'll keep doing it. It's the goal. I'm ready. 2025, what you got? Come at me. I'm ready. Okay, well, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoy. I hope you're interested. If you're not, whatever. No. If you don't already know, I also do covers on YouTube just because I like it. So I'll be mixing up this format and cover format potentially. Well, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.